Innovative.
Media, but
Damn, it's always something, ain't it? Used to be the quiet kid, now I'm getting famous. Treat the love like it's art, sell it like a painting. Now the pain in my heart makes me entertaining. I'm trying to show you all my love while you niggas hating. I'm by myself but not alone. Yo, sit in my chariot alone. Lyrical Basquiat, I'm in the zone. Got it so good, my dreads getting long. I only let her love tell me when to go. Even though when I rock like Scott LaRock like. I ain't trying to fight, don't touch me. Yeah, hands still nice, won't touch me. Bitch bad, anything I do, she still fussy. I don't got the energy to cheat, she don't trust me. I wonder why. Ram dies 2 a.m. while I drive. My way of life is my shield, never hide. I synchronize with the universal vibes. Ain't nothing mine, cause I'm moving past time. I'm 6-dimensional. The fuck niggas, they hate me, I'm too intentional. Young crystal child, interdimensional. I stepped out of the fire. That's how I still love you, even though you a lie. You should open up your heart, I ain't saying to cry. 144 ways, why you choosing to die? Why don't you wanna live? Yeah, remember when we was kids? Back when Evan was here. Yo, before we learn how to fear. Yo, infinity don't mean a thing to a God. Still every day I say alhamdulillah. Yeah, this bullshit every day, fucking job. Yeah, elevator still moving like the mob. Boy, star seed any plane that I'm on. I know anything that glittering ain't gold. You gotta learn how to let all the pain go. Cause you was made from the stars, so now you know. Now you know, nigga.
Okay.
Fire.
Man.
That was a banger.
Yeah.
That was a smanger right
I'm
there.
Coolazzcam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
That being said, make sure you tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. While you at it, follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture, and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture.
Innovative culture.
All
Yes,
that.
Lord.
All that.
One more time. Innovative culture.
Yeah.
Innovative.
Just like that. Who I got in the building with me today?
Chris Knight, you know what I'm saying? Used to say down with the fist fight, but you know, we on that.
He said we grown now.
We on
nice,
we on some new things now. You know what I'm saying? We trying to spread a little more love, you know what I'm saying? Like just, you know, just trying to be cool, you know what I mean? Just trying to chill out and just be positive vibes and stuff, you know?
Down with the peace pipe. That's
Being cool is a real good way to be, you know.
Cool
Yeah,
ass
'cause-
can.
yeah,
So
'cause-
I got some pretty cool motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know, over here helping me with, you know, the innovative comedy. What's up with y'all?
What's good? It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. And follow my backup page, Tony Grams Comedy. I'll follow you back. And shit, we here, innovative culture, innovative comedy, getting it popping.
You do the follow backs?
Yeah, most depending if you ain't posted since 2017.
We got it. I do the
Hey,
follow backs.
I just followed him and he just followed me back on everything. He not lying.
I do the follow backs. Like I gotta see and look and be like,
But
first of all,
especially if
do
you
I
a
know you?
person-
Have I met you? And then like,
But if you're a person and you working in your avenue and doing shit, it's just like, why not? Like we crossing paths. It just
Factual.
if it's people, I've got off stage from doing shows, and by the time I'm like, hey, follow me, and by the time I get back to my table, like it's people in the club that did follow me already.
Yep.
And I'll be like, I'll follow them back because that was just like,
damn, that's
dope.
fucked up. I'm about to tell people to fucking follow me, and they know that I ain't gonna fucking follow them back. Well, there's a potential to not be followed back. Well, anyways, I go by the name of DJ Punch. Make sure you follow me on
There's a
Instagram
potential.
at I am DJ Punch. Make sure you follow the podcast that I host with the homie Coolazzcam at the FMAT Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the whole Shaban Boo baby.
All that
Shit. Make sure you subscribe to the motherfucking website. I don't care if Cam said it. I'm gonna say it again. It's theinnovativeculture.com. You know what I mean? Me and Coolazzcam in the motherfucking building for Innovative Culture. You need a podcast, let us know.
Yeah, real
yeah.
quick. I forgot to plug myself.
See? There we
Chris
go.
Knight, you know, follow me at the Loveless Corporation. One word. It's a long word, I know, but you know, it's the one with all the yellow on it. You know, yellow is a good color.
You got to say the whole thing, like
The
a Tribe
love-
Called Quest.
Yeah.
At the Loveless Corporation. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And you know, if people keep asking me like, why is it called that? And it's because like I ain't got no love in me, because you know I give it away. The second I feel some love, I see somebody I feel I need, I'm gonna give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like That's why I ain't got none. It's Loveless.
You said that's
know
why
what
I ain't
I'm
got
saying?
none.
Like,
That shit
everybody,
rotate way too much.
Give it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's like when you go to what's that shit called for the blood? You sit there and they just redo your blood, running through the cycle.
oh yeah, but they do like the plasma and shit.
Nah, what's that shit called? Like you got diabetes.
Dialysis?
Yeah, that shit.
Dialysis.
Diabetes.
It's the diabetes.
Well,
the
they-
shit diabetes.
Not diabetes.
Well, yeah, they give you the dialysis where, like you say, you
Yeah.
sit in that room and they just do the.
And you gotta sit still and shit, sit there
in
for
the
like
room.
4 hours.
He in the room circulating love. You see that shit?
Well, shit, man, you know, this is innovative comedy. We like to laugh. We like to talk shit, but shit, we just came into this video, man, from Chris Knight, and bro, like, that shit was dope. Like, I really
Appreciate
felt a lot of that shit you was talking about in there, you know?
Hell yeah.
So I give it up.
Thank you.
Dope,
but-
dopeness.
You know, this is the first time we got you in here with us, and, you know, I was kind of talking to you before the show, because I was letting you know I knew a little bit more about you than what you kind of knew that I knew. So,
Yeah, you do, man. Like, yep.
how long you been doing music?
Probably since like I've been kind of in music since I was like maybe like I want to say 8 years old. Like my mom put me in the band, and I played the drums, like the snare drum. So like like Drumline came out.
Yeah.
You feel me? I was just raised by the mom, so when he went up, when he went up and do was like, I did it without you. Boom! Like put the graduation thing on the table. Like
He said, "That's how I felt."
in my soul, I was like, that's me. I'm gonna do that. I'm about to be
You was
the
in the
best.
mirror like,
Yep. I still can play some of them shits right now to them days.
Hey,
To
no
this day.
lie, out in middle school, 7th and 8th grade, I was in the band, and I still remember the drum solos and shit, like the cadences
I
and
played the
shit.
trumpet. I was in a band.
I played
Ooh,
saxophone
the
too.
trumpet?
Trumpet was hard.
Yeah.
I was in chorus.
No lie though,
Fucking
even
it up.
Cam would attest to this because when we went to Bellflower Middle School, and that motherfucker would take you to Knott's. They would take you to Six Flags. It'd take you around, like you take a little tour of Bellflower, like
Hell
the
yeah.
elementary schools and shit, bro.
We had fun doing that
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
15 minutes of
All the
playing a
trips.
song. You play some music for 15 minutes, bro. Next thing you know, we on the rides.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
said we
so-
just ate it.
They
We just here
closed the
for
shit off
that.
to
Yeah,
us.
turn it
Yeah,
around.
real shit.
No, Bellflower is the city. But yeah, so I did that. Then after that, I kind of got like teenager and started liking girls and stuff like that. So that kind of happened. And then I got to high school, and it was like, man, you got to pick an elective. And I was like, I'm gonna do orchestra. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to play the cello.
trying to do
I did,
something.
yeah, you feel me? I did that for a few years, and then graduated high school, and then did my little thing. Tried to do the music back at that point. Like didn't really pan out. You know what I'm saying? I kind of understood that the way things was working for me, like financially and stuff, and like things I wanted to do, it just wasn't gonna match up unless I kind of like did something like extra to make something happen. So just took a little time after that, and kind of got to that little extra, and then after that, basically I came back and just started from square one. You know what I'm saying? It's been about like 3 years now, 3.5 years.
3.5 years since you started from square one.
Yeah.
How long before that were you working on music? Before you feel like maybe you revamped or you like reincarnated?
I would say probably since like middle of high school. Like going to the homies' houses and they be having like the little mic setups,
The
with-
little
on
sessions,
computers.
the little freestyle sessions.
Man,
Yeah,
some
we
of
know
Me and
all
Cool
about
Ass
that.
Cam used to have them.
Ooh.
Tell us what your studio looked like, cause I tell you, bro, there was a mattress involved in ours. Pause.
Mattress in the closet.
A mattress in the closet.
Pause.
We had. I'm talking about this. This was like 2000. Like I don't even remember. I just remember that the computer that we was using wasn't even like a flat screen computer.
It was a fat back.
Like old, bubble.
You was on a fat back.
Bubble
Oh,
screen.
What is it?
iMac.
Yeah, with the color on the back of it.
iMac.
Yeah, you was on
It was
an
We was
iMac.
using that, and I remember the first shit we was rapping. I rapped on like a Gucci Mane beat. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing I ever rapped
Where'd
on.
y'all find the instrumental at?
Oh man, I think it was on like Hot New Hip Hop or Dat Piff
That
or
fifth.
something
I was
like
gonna
that.
say that
Yeah,
fifth. I just was waiting around this. I was gonna say that fifth. I used to
that
get all
fifth.
my mixtapes.
All the mixtapes.
All my
Hot New
mixtapes,
Hip Hop
either
too.
YouTube,
Yeah.
what was it, YouTube to MP3. Like I would just like go to YouTube and just take niggas beats, everything,
and LimeWire.
And
LimeWire.
This was after LimeWire died though. I don't know if it was
Yeah,
still
fair
around, but I
share.
just I hadn't fucked with LimeWire in years. But YouTube to MP3, you could just do that shit. You could just make mixtapes.
What was some of the like the downloading like streaming like apps y'all would use, you know, on the computers back in the day, like when the internet first came around. You know, the first one was Napster.
Definitely LimeWire.
Napster was
Like
the
Nero.
first one.
Remember Nero?
Was y'all,
I had
did y'all
Nero.
ever like fuck
Nero.
with Napster on the
Nero.
dial-up?
It was Nero.
I wasn't fucking with Napster
Napster
because
was too much.
Napster was too high.
It was too
It was too
profile.
known already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you had to
That
kind
shit was on
of.
MTV.
I had
That was
Kazaa.
money.
When Napster was cracking, I had Kazaa.
Damn.
It was another one I used to use.
I remember
man.
Kazaa.
But you know, sometimes you would download a file, right? And you would get some, you know, like some fake Bill Clinton talking or some shit.
Oh, that'd be trash.
You know,
Or you get the track with the DJ on it.
Yeah. Or
Like,
you get,
shout out to
no,
him,
I got a song. It was a Nas and it was They Shooting. The remix,
Yeah.
and that was like one of my favorite, like Jada verses.
Major.
All in the
It
middle
was
of the verse, another butter bootleg.
It's Ludacris, Jada, and Nas,
Mm-hmm.
and then this other nigga just put his verse in there.
Yeah, see,
Just some
but
random nigga.
That's
Like-
how people. That's how some people got on. So I know that. You know who used to do that shit?
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy used to do that shit. When you would download a song, he would label it something else,
Yeah.
and you would think you were getting that
That's
popular
how
song, but
Super-
you're like,
that's how
what?
Superman
But
low-key look.
now
It
it's
was really
been.
Hey, but do you know
Soulja
what though? His Soldier Boy or throwback Soldier Boy in that time, them shits used to slap.
They did.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
audio was trash. I remember just how trash the audio
I
was.
was just like, I would be listening to him like with the eye twitching, like I can't do this shit. No more, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I was playing that shit. Matter of fact, Summer 07, like we was.
That's what it was for us, summer '07.
I was listening to Summer
Ooh.
07.
Go back to what the studio. Go back to what the studio was looking like.
Oh, no, so the studio, so
What the home studio looked like.
I'm not even gonna say names because you know what I'm saying. But like the studio was at that homie's house, and the homie had like a big family. You know what I'm saying? So like they had like bunk beds in the room and stuff. Like so we would all just have to like take turns. Like everybody got to go outside of the room and close the door and stuff, and one person got to like record himself real quick, and then everybody come in and be like, "What it sound
Everybody
like?"
got a self-engineer.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, oh, but you know what though? I will say this though. We also did that with the homie. Hey, shout out to my nigga Osagi. You know what I'm saying? My nigga Smurf. Like, this nigga, he used to have the like when the Mac computers just first came out.
Yeah.
The little swivel one.
Yeah.
Oh shit got fancy.
It had the little built-in mic on it, so we would be on that thing. Like, man, like, dude, we got. I tell you right
Y'all
now.
started getting
Motherfuckers will
innovative.
find a way.
You feel me? We got tracks right now. We got tracks right now in the cut from like so long ago. Like remember when Lil Wayne went on The Basement and did the Live from the Five,
Yeah.
like that type of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like man, like
that pre-Dipset era.
man.
That's what I call that. That was like pre-Dipset.
with the purple Babe hoodie,
Yeah.
Wheezy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So yeah, it started out super duper low tech because I didn't even know I wanted to rap or nothing like that or make music at all.
Yeah.
I was just doing it because the homies was doing it, you know. And then like, I got a little older and did some more music stuff, and I kind of noticed like, oh, okay, like, it's getting easier to do stuff, but it just wasn't what I wanted to do. I can't even really explain it. I just felt like I just needed more time to like perfect it because it wasn't like I didn't
Create.
I didn't grow up in a musical household. I like
You
my
didn't
mom.
see yourself as an artist yet.
Yeah, my mom, she put me in music just because like I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? She never did. She played the clarinet like years and years and years ago. But it wasn't like I lived in a musical house. I don't have no connections in the music or nothing. So it was like I just wanted to do music, and it just kind of just became a thing where it was like the only way I can explain it is just like an obsession in a way.
Yeah.
You know, like once Tyler the Creator came out and once Drake came out, like those two people kind of like made it to where like you can input like a little bit more than just what like hip hop and rap was into the hip hop.
Contrast.
Yeah,
or like,
you know.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
So it's like I felt like you know what I'm saying, I could probably do this, and then like you know like niggas like YG, you know what I'm saying, like I know I went to Mayfair, you know, so like I know he went to Mayfair for a little bit, and then like seeing him come up and do stuff made me feel like I'm like he rapping and stuff, and you know I'm a little asshole in high school and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Nigga, I can do this shit
you know what I'm
too,
saying?
you know?
The homie got a 96 Nissan Maxima, and bro like for
Like
like
we on.
hey look the
Hey,
homie
that was on.
Hey.
the homie couldn't turn right like properly, like if he just go
Wait, what?
hey, but he was a left turn specialist, you feel me? Like,
Wait, what? He couldn't make right turns?
yeah, like it was just the way the car was like it just was weird for a second, but we was outside, like, you know what I mean? And once that happened, it was just like he rapping and shit. Like when Pussy Killer and shit came out, I remember when niggas was going to level 10 and shit. Like You feel me? The first level 10, like, you know, level 10 out now, but I'm talking about like when YG was performing this shit, that shit was crazy. I'm like, oh, he rapping about all the shit we doing. Like, and me and Hunter was like, nigga, we should rap, nigga. Like,
We should rap.
you know, but then, you know, you go through that situation and then, you know, life hit me, you know, get to the point, you know, you rapping and stuff and doing music, and then it's like, you know, you smoke weed all the time and shit, so yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna sell weed. You know, and then you sell weed, and then you get to start selling weed to just like, you know, more nefarious niggas than usual.
Yeah.
Like, you remember back in the day when niggas used to have to go to a spot that was like, yo, this is questionable
this nigga
to get
nigga.
weed, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
niggas outside.
Meet up with somebody you never met before.
you feel me? Like,
You
it
don't
was
know
it was
who.
still those situations, you know what I mean?
Hated
So
that shit.
We didn't have like that local dispensary type of
Yeah,
shit,
at all.
you know.
Yeah, let's talk
All
about that
wasn't there
shit.
yet.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about
I
that
just
shit.
like- I
the
used to
difference
be going
between
to
how
a-
you used to have to pick up versus now.
Like, but you have to understand, like, okay, all right, well, who got we piecing up? Oh, somebody want weed. I'm
Yep.
gonna add to it. Okay, we drive. We walk. Oh, he stay over there. Damn, he stay on that street. All right, we gotta. Ain't no cell. It's cell phones, but it's calling niggas.
Yep.
Wasn't even that.
it was a situation.
It was still weird.
Then you gotta wonder. Okay, you go over there. I hope this nigga home.
Yep.
I hope
Like,
this nigga home.
I
yeah.
gotta buy. That's why I stopped buying blunts before because I felt like it was a jinx. Every time I would buy blunts before the weed, the niggas would
weed
never
man
be
out
on,
there. You
just
and I
look at
wouldn't
the
get
blunt.
weed.
So
till,
you
like,
wouldn't
the
hit your
next
weed
morning.
man up?
I would like, but this is like I'm older, you know,
Yeah.
like so cell phones
Oh,
was
okay.
like early 2000s. It was you can, but niggas didn't have a weed man. You number like that.
Yeah.
You did,
Kinda
but it
pulled
was
up.
It's
more
like you knew where he stayed at.
Yeah,
so you just
exactly.
pulled
You just
up,
walk up, you
and
know.
you knock on the door, and the nigga had to go back and
I
sit
always
You
up.
know
felt
what
like
I
I
mean?
had to have a motherfucker's number because you got to see me. Like, you got to meet me outside or something. I don't want to go in your house.
Nah, but it's like I want
But
you to
niggas,
have it
some
ready
niggas
when
don't
I
want
get
you
there.
outside. Like they don't want to do a hand to hand or hand
No,
you some
we
shit
can do
outside.
that shit on the porch, B.
They don't even want it on their porch. Some niggas would be like, just come in the house, chill for a
They'll
minute.
be a paranoid
I
dealer.
take
That's
one, you
where
get
they-
one, hey,
neighbors.
you get
But,
one
but
step
that
in the
mean
house
they got
for me.
other shit going on too.
Oh, yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
if you worried
That's
about
true.
that mean you got other shit going on.
Facts.
I would
Because-
like my weed man to just do weed.
Yeah, like honestly, but it's like that.
Be
shit
the
was-
specialist
Like,
in
I remember
weed.
going to a
Only
weed spot and they was like, "Oh, a nigga just got killed in front of the spot, like,
Yeah, nah.
like a day before. Yeah, they popped him and stood over him and gave him." I'm like, "Nigga, it's like nighttime and we going over there now. This nigga, that shit happened in the daytime over there."
Yeah, that's
like,
another thing. The time of day to get your weed from the weed
Man, let's
man.
go
Hey,
early.
y'all know what I
You
feel
feel
like
me?
the
Like, I
shit
wanna
would be
go there.
moving
You
to
don't
like
wanna
the
go
world,
late.
right? Like let's say we had a house on the block, right? Remember how we had the candy house?
Yeah.
And niggas would just go in there and get candy and
Yeah,
shit. You know,
yeah.
you could buy little
I
chips
want it
or
to be
whatever.
that of Glendale for weed.
Man.
But
The
but
candy
the weed,
lady.
right? It be the shit that they got a greenhouse in the back. And they grow all the shit.
They
Like
getting
it's like
robbed.
they take you on a tour.
They getting
shit
robbed.
like no, it's like I would feel like that's the best legit shit that you could get. It's like this is how I know my shit fresh. You ain't did all this extra shit
That's
to my
real
weed.
shit, though.
Yeah.
You know, all of that. It's like
I
what
used
would
to
it
buy my
take
weed
to
from a
get
liquor
that?
store. Like
Man.
after school, like
Was it like a
That's
special
fire.
knock you had to do
He
for the
just
weed, or he
like-
just knew you?
He knew my aunt, and then my aunt told me, she was like, just go up there and just tell him like.
That sounds
dude,
stupid.
Like, and I was like, my aunt like told me, she was like, I was like, she lived right down the street.
I
like,
used to
you
get
know,
my
he was
weed-
like, all right, then you just went and got my shit.
I used to get my weed from the gas station,
Oh, okay.
the corner of
What?
my house.
That's funny.
Oh,
Shout
that's
out.
where you would meet the dude?
No,
Oh,
the motherfucker worked at the gas station.
Oh shit.
And I would pull up and I'd get gas and then I'd get gas. And it was
But it'd be
always like the best
He
because,
like that nigga on Atlanta.
Because it was
That's
like-
such a, that's such a time saver.
but see,
like,
that's when and that's when weed started becoming legal, right? And the dispensaries just started to open up. So for this motherfucker to keep up, they were selling dubs still. They were selling grams.
But
still.
everybody coming like the same way you are. It's like I'm getting gas and gas. You know?
Exactly. So they had their
Gas,
clientele
gas.
coming in, and it was just boom, boom, boom. You thought you was just paying for gas. Guess what? No, you get
That's
something.
side.
You getting some change back. You know what I mean? Like,
they got that pressure right now.
pressure.
bro,
You come in the
that
car,
shit,
like-
that shit was clutch. But shout out to them. They not working no more. You know what I mean? They,
Somebody
fighting the
shut 'em
case.
down.
no,
They
no,
fighting the
no.
case.
They didn't shut them down. They, you know what? Respectively, they stepped out and living their life.
They
doing
was
their
like, I got
thing.
the
But that
boat.
shit was clutch as
I
fuck.
bought the boat and I'm going I'm cruising
And you
to
get your
Catalina.
blunts there because that store had all the blunts.
That's dope.
Any
That's
kind
it.
of blunt you want.
That was the store that got all the blunts and still got all the blunts.
I remember, hey, the weirdest shit happening. I went to go get some weed once. Same shit. We all walked together because you could either go by yourself or the homie will walk with you. We walk over. We go get the blunts first, and as we're getting the blunts, we see the cops fucking with like one of the homies that him and his girl who live next to the weed man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm like, but they're up like on
Don't do
they up
that.
on like Washington, like we on like Washington La Brea and shit. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
we walk. So we walk down Washington. We turn on like Orange Drive. Walking down Orange Drive, and as we're walking, he's like him. The cops let him go though. They let him and his girl go. So they're just walking, and we like, damn, like we walk into the weed spot, and this nigga and the cops are following this nigga, like slowly just cruising behind him. And I'm like, bro, like, so we get to the spot, he gets to his spot, and we're like literally on the corner by the time he gets to his house, and the cops stop. And he just turns around and flips out on the cops. Why y'all following me? This, that. And we like, like
I wouldn't do that.
We like the weed spot is right next to his house. The cops, what? Jump out, beat the shit out of him, cuff him up, spray him, helicopter, 18 cop cars. We just turned around and went back home. Like literally, you tricked up the whole weed mission. And I'm like, police brutality is the bigger story in that, the bigger issue in that story.
Did you have to do that?
It was like he waited till they were following, like cruising just behind him, and then we turned on like 21st, went down, he was just like, man, what y'all following me? Like, bro, just go in the house.
Yeah.
Just go in the house. We could have, like, they wasn't looking at us. They was just following you to make sure you went home. So it's like those were like the weed, like, what do you call them? Like the nuisances or something of trying to just roll to a nigga house and just get weed and like go to, we got a drought. Ain't a drought. Ain't nobody in the city got weed. Everybody that usually got weed.
Remember those days?
I remember those days.
Those are the good days.
They'd be like, bro, like nobody. They'd be like,
Good
man,
days, hell nah.
Like nobody got
I
nothing.
want some weed.
I want some
like,
weed.
nigga, I don't want to hear about no drought. Like, I want some weed.
Then we would have like, I'm older, so I remember the like stress droughts. It'd be like no stress, just like you gotta get chronic. Only niggas got
Nigga,
chronic.
that shit
so
give
you
me
like,
a
fuck.
headache.
Yeah, it's
I
like now
fuck
it do,
with
of course.
My cousin
like,
got excited because he said somebody said they were bringing AZ back or something like that.
Why you get excited though?
I get excited when they talk about bringing Bubba back. Like, I need some more Bubba. You feel me? Like, I need some more of that.
My favorite shit was like jet fuel. I like
Man,
jet.
you
They
know
still
what?
got that, like,
That shit is some
elevation,
fire.
Trying to
certain
hide
spots.
off the shot. You already in the
They got
shot.
certain
Say
spots.
My
hi.
shit was
Wave
sour
at
diesel.
everybody.
Hey,
Man,
you ever have
But
blue
the
Bubba?
real sour diesel, when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
used to
it's
get
When it
sour
was
diesel.
like nice and bulby.
Yeah,
Like,
Hey, Blue Bubba.
Yeah,
Blue Bubba
bruh.
is like one. That shit was like one of the best. It's just Blue Dream and.
What was the step up? Because you was probably smoking weed before us, right?
I worked in weed shops too.
But so,
that's
but hold
I
on.
really
What was the
like,
step
oh.
up
He said you
after
was smoking
chronic?
weed before.
I was.
No, he was.
I
It was
smoking
Kush.
bad
That was
weed.
Kush.
It
What was the step up
it was-
immediately after chronic?
For my age group? Like
And
I
when did
started
Kush
smoking.
hit?
I started smoking like '99. Like I started hitting the first time I hit some weed was like '99, '98.
99.
Like
That was the first time I hit some weed.
okay. well,
98,
shit.
damn, I was
But
still weed
I
king.
didn't start smoking until I was like 17. I didn't smoke like when I was like young. I literally didn't. I hit the blunt like 17.
I smoked for the first time young, and probably picked it up, like, in middle senior year, and then stopped, and then picked it up again.
Yeah.
But like every time I pick that shit up, I pick it up heavy to where I'm fucking smoking. Like
I just never like. I started like I hit it. I probably smoked 5 times the first year, and then the next year was a little more. I didn't start smoking how I smoke now until I was like 22. Like real shit. So it's like that's why I think
you was smoking weed when that shit was expensive.
And so it was like, but it was
$5, $50 eighths.
But look, to say it was like 45, like real shit, like
Yeah.
$45, $40 eighths. If that was your homie,
$260, $300
if that was your
ounces
homie,
and
yeah,
shit.
Honestly, if it was some fire, if it was your homie, a little cheaper.
But I remember the times where you could go to a dispensary right when the dispensaries first started opening up. And it was like all the little spots in the industrial areas.
Remember
right?
Earthheart?
That's where I was a
Earth
security
Heart?
guard for.
For real, bro,
That was
Earthheart.
my first security job.
So
On
you,
the
so
Lambo
you,
and Cherry.
bro, man, yes.
Nigga, I was like the second security guard because the first one socked out the manager.
See, that's why.
I was like,
What happened to the last security guards?
But look, me and this
perfect
nigga
example
ended
of
up
that
doing.
shit.
But me and this nigga ended up working together. He worked at the break room. And I didn't know, so for the first like 4 months, me and this nigga cool. We talking one night smoking.
And he the one that got you the job?
It pretty much. He was like,
He's like, hey man, look,
yeah.
I know I socked you out, but let me put in a good word for my man over here.
He didn't. He just
Nah,
didn't.
he
we
said,
didn't
well, I
each
know
other.
they got an open position
Hey, no,
because
so
them niggas
what?
just let me go.
Like, bro, we was talking. We've been knowing each other a minute up here working, and the nigga was like, yeah, my last job. He was like, I used to work up at Earthheart. I socked out the manager. I was like, nigga, that was you? I was like, nigga, I'm the nigga that replaced you, nigga. So, no, I worked, nigga, the menu at Earthheart, nigga, when I worked there, them niggas had like at least 31 different weeds. They're the ones that had the blue
for
bubble.
real.
They're the ones
31
that had the blue bubble.
different
That's why I
weeds.
knew about it because I got it from there.
OG headband, nigga.
Man.
OG headband.
I don't know
nigga.
nothing
It's like Baskin Robbins.
Nigga, they literally had. It was a.
No,
I would
hey.
count. They had a chalkboard. They had
That's
the
why you said the
iron-
nigga when I was
They probably
younger.
had like 8
and I
Well,
mean,
hey,
I mean,
what was the weirdest weed shop you ever went to.
Ooh.
Mine used to be a movie rental spot.
Movie rentals?
Oh, nah.
No, mine was the KFC. The old KFC they turned into a dispensary in West LA. It's in West LA.
I know, yeah. I know,
over there
yeah.
by World on Wheels.
Yeah, that's I know what you're talking about. That's the one.
It's an old KFC, bro, that they turned it.
I used
And they
to go
did
to
a South
Boost
Park
Mobile like a
episode about
motherfucker.
that shit.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah. It was like fried chicken instead of weed though, so they can get away with it.
Yeah.
But it was called the medicinal fried chicken. Everybody was going to buy that shit, and everybody was getting high.
Wow.
Shit.
Damn.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that shit.
That make me sad to remember how much money I used to waste on weed like that. Like now, like I'm motherfuckers at the sessions now, and you
Yeah,
know,
honestly.
like and then I just link up with the dude who I like the most, who got the best weed that I like.
It's like, yeah, if you got some consistent shit, and I know that I get high off the weed that you got, then I'm gonna fuck with it.
You know, what messed me up is like I went to the sesh and I met this dude up there, and then he's like, "Hey, yo, man, like you always come pick up from me, just come to the crib." You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, cool. Like, he's like, I come to the crib. This nigga live on like the 29th floor of a high-rise apartment in downtown LA. Like,
God damn.
I know a few weed people like that.
and I'm talking about you go
Koreatown and shit.
you go up in that motherfucker though, like it looked like the trap though, like.
You want to know what it is? Motherfuckers don't know how to live. Like, you get the house, you know what I mean? But it's like, you ain't got no furniture in that bitch.
Yeah.
Why? Because you ain't got no furniture wherever the fuck you was at before
Yeah,
this.
that's
Hey, but
an
you know
air
what though?
mattress.
It's crazy because now it's like now we getting the grams for a fraction of the price,
Way
and
less.
I feel safe.
No,
Yeah,
but
that's the crazy
and how
part.
you said though, that's what when he said like that. That's what it was like, the elevation of the weed, or the what's the word, the evolution of it. It was
Yeah.
like the stress, and for my era, it was like it was shit before even stress, like cess, and it was shit that my uncles would tell me about. But it was like stress
Strebo.
weed. Strebo is
seeds and
or
stuff in
stress.
it.
What
Like,
about chocolate Thai?
That's what I'm saying. My uncles used to
That's
tell
some
me
New
about
York
that.
shit?
Yo,
No, that's just
they-
some old school shit.
Yo,
that
did you
they
know?
say that
Did
shit
you know
was fire.
Donnie?
Yeah.
Oh my! So you already know about
Oh, you
this.
fuck with-
Oh
yeah,
my!
man.
Hey, shout out Donnie,
You
nigga.
know, Thai sticks and shit.
The chocolate Thai. Like this, I remember. Look at them. I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story right now. The niggas who was a part of this story, they gonna know. You feel me? Like, but if they see this, but so when I was in high school, maybe like 10th grade, that's when I kind of started smoking. And the homie was like, "Hey yo, we can go smoke in my garage, right?" We was about to go to the fucking fair afterwards, so we all had
Sound fun.
10th grade fits on. You know what I'm saying? I had a little track jacket
Oh,
on
yeah.
with the South Pole pants. you know
Yeah. What color? Powder blue?
No. The pants was regular, but they had Bugs Bunny spray painted on the leg. You feel me? You feel me?
He was extra
This
fancy.
nigga was drippy.
I was
y'all.
outside.
This nigga was
Yeah.
drippy,
I was
right?
I was outside.
What
yeah.
shoes did you have on?
Oh, I had on. I think there was some shell
Ten?
toes.
Oh, okay,
I had
some
some shell toes, some superstar shell toes.
Yeah, that was like right at the time because I had some.
Did you
during
tie?
that
Did you
shit.
tie the bottom of your jeans into your shoelaces?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, no. What we did was, you know,
You did the rubber bands.
No, no,
I like
no.
to
look
tie
at
it. Tie it.
I used
No,
to-
this,
I did that
this
for
what
a
you have to
while.
do. You have to get them, and you have to kind of like pull it tight around your ankle, and then fold it over, and then get the sock and tuck it into the sock, the scrunchy sock from the swap
Oh,
meet.
you
Niggas had
yeah.
technique.
Yeah, I did
you feel
that
me?
too.
We
I
was
did that
we was
for a
in the
minute.
scrunchy sock. You remember this? We don't.
I remember
Shoe
the
wear.
You remember them Chinese slippers?
I remember the
Tactical
Chinese
shoe wear.
slippers,
We got
scrunchy
tactical
sock.
shoe wear.
You feel me?
Melissa's like a
yo,
motherfucker.
Yo, thank D4L. You feel me? Like,
Man. That was-
hey, we was outside with that.
Yeah, we back.
Yo,
Hey, the South was like doing a lot of shit during that era
they
as
was
far as
running shit.
influencing
Yeah.
the
They
culture.
was running shit. Like,
Because-
everybody came out was popping. Like,
Yeah,
Even
they-
if they had 1 or 2 hits, they was popping. Like Gorilla Zoe. Like.
Oh shit!
Man,
I
you
still
know-
play Gorillas
Exactly.
though.
Yo.
Like, it was
Yo,
everybody that
Gorillas,
dropped. Trillville, fucking, like,
Well, Atlanta had a strong support system when it came
Hella.
to music.
They still got
Hella
some strong
strong.
support system. I think
Yeah.
it probably
'Cause think
like
like
started
niggas
with
like The
Outkast
Dream
and shit
and
like
shit
that,
like
and
that.
then it started growing from there.
I would say even before that, it was like that Freaknik era.
it was always.
I think,
It was like-
but
looks
listen,
like
I think the
Andre
freak,
said,
but I
though.
think the
The
Freaknik
90s,
era,
90s.
I think the
Yeah.
Freaknik era was really the part where they was like kind of, all right, we gonna throw the shit down here, we gonna have it down here, host it down here, this our shit. But as soon as like you got outside of the Freaknik era, that's when it's like everybody else started hearing about other shit.
But think
Yeah.
about even the shit
'Cause
Andre
Outkast-
3000 said. I was like, look, he said what?
Yep.
What the South got something to say.
The Source
And
Awards
it was like
in
that was
'95,
literally
That's
and
when
that
shit
was
started
from
popping
that
off.
that was
literally
that same
from that-
award show where Suge Knight had his
Yeah, no,
infamous
exactly.
speech,
It
but
was
people
just
overlooked
the
that
legendary
Outkast speech, the one that
And the
Andre
South
made,
got
right?
something to say, nigga, and they still on that. They went hard from that and never looked
That
back.
album is a classic album.
Hella
They
hell.
gotta put another album together.
Yeah, but Andre.
I just
Hey, y'all
keep
seen that Key
hearing
and
Andre
Peele
now.
skit where it was like Outkast like trying to get back together? There's like a coffee shop or some
Yeah.
shit like that.
I ain't seen
Hey,
that.
that
I ain't
shit
seen it
funny
in a
as
minute,
fuck.
but I've seen it before. I remember that shit was funny though. I ain't seen it in a minute though.
All right, look. Before we keep going, right, I want to get into another video.
Okay.
Chris Knight. You know, we're gonna have a little intermission. We're gonna play this video for y'all. We're gonna, definitely. So right now we're gonna get into Ugly.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about give the viewers a drop, let them know like what led up to this video, what you was thinking about putting this together, and you know who shot the video, and give your shout outs?
You know what? Okay, so first off, the person who shot the video, shout out to Ryan, official Juice.
Yeah.
You know, the Juice Man. You know what I mean? And he really solid about his situation, you know. Honestly, for the whole situation and the song and everything, you know, I was just spazzing out, and you know, one weekend, like, you know, I had just, you know, came up off some little situation financially, and I just had some bands on me, so I was like, you know what, like, I'm trying to shoot a video. Like, I went to the studio, I made a song, and me, you know, back then at least, you know, I was the type of dude where if I get some money, all of a sudden I just want to start doing stuff and spending all my money real quick, and it's like, I'll justify by like, oh, I'm gonna go to the studio and do this and that, you know. But I can say like for this video, I probably made the song on like Thursday, and then I was like, hey, yo, I'm about to shoot this on Saturday, you know. So it was like I didn't even really have time to really like think about it because I was kind of on like I got some money high type of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that feels
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, me, you know, I was going to Katanas. I was outside doing dumb stuff. You feel me? Like, you know, again.
Honestly, it ain't even dumb shit though. It's like shit. You got your shit. You earned it. Whatever you doing, you gonna do with money you earn, nigga. That's especially when you younger. When we young, you give anybody fucking money, like they gonna enjoy it, nigga. You do what you supposed to do with it.
I'm not even gonna lie. That wasn't even too long ago. You feel me? I'm like, maybe like three years ago.
You
Like,
ain't supposed to just sit there and like, nigga, have fun. Shit, honestly, that's how I look at shit.
yeah, I learned my lesson though, because you know what though, at the end of the day, I learned is just like, you know what, like the sushi across the street and the sushi in downtown is pretty much the same situation. Like,
That's
you know
real
what I mean?
shit though.
You can go down the street. You ain't gotta go.
I ain't
straight
gotta
up.
pay $450. I can pay like maybe $178.
Yeah, you know, and I'm a born American, but for the most part. So it's like I can sit and eat a burger and be like, oh yeah, like this is a good burger, or this ain't a good burger, or some pizza, or some tacos. You know what I mean? Like, well, hey,
That's the shit we used to, 'cause we grew up here.
Look at, you know, that's what we spoiled out here with the taco game, bro. Like,
yeah.
you have
Off
no
top.
like. I'm gonna say something like controversial right now.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You
And
wanna
this is
say it now, or you want to say it after the
Exclusive.
video?
no. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right now.
All right.
I'm gonna say it
Exclusive.
exclusive. You feel me? Downey may have the best tacos in LA.
As far as what, street tacos, restaurant tacos, or what?
I know.
Is it like a
Listen,
specific
my
spot?
my favorite taco spot is in Downey. I'm not
Is it
gonna
a
front.
specific spot?
No, look, I'm
I gotta
gonna
try
say
some
this
Downey
because
tacos,
I go to Downey often just to, because you know those spots where it's like it's a restaurant, but the style of taco is still like kind of like a street taco, but it's
Yeah.
just a little more dressed
A
up.
little bit more fancy.
You know what I'm saying? Got the guac on it, got some things in it, like
Little onions.
You know what I mean? Like
little red onions instead
like
of the white ones.
hands down, because you know I be in LA all the
Put some
time, so
sweet
I'll be
brown
picking up,
onion on it.
you know, excuse me for saying this because it's probably not the most healthiest thing sometimes, but sometimes you don't eat for a long time after
Yeah.
working a lot,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, you're gonna get the street taco from the dude making the tacos on the corner. I done had all the tacos in downtown LA, but them Downey tacos,
They hit different.
hey, shout out to Downey. Hey, shout out to everybody in Downey.
Shout out to the
Homie Ryan.
562.
You
Shout out to
feel
the
me?
homie Ryan Rasinovich.
Radicinovich.
Yeah.
I just want the city
The
of Downey
original
to just come up off of this somehow and just understand. People should go, as much as I've been everywhere, Arizona, all kind of places. Like, they should just go to Downey.
Tacos
and just,
Don Goyo in Downey. That's my spot.
Okay, so
See, I gotta go on a taco mission.
So that's the spot we need to go to.
That's
my
All
spot.
right.
I'm about to try that out now too.
All right. Let's jump into Ugly by Chris Knight real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, my shit fire like a doobie, I'm the shit. I get home, I got my bitch by the coochie, niggas straight. Why you think that I ain't fucking with two goofies? Cause I was really on that strip, smoking dookie, little bitch. We was in the club, throwing dimes. All I beat in my OG,
nigga always tryna get the bag, nigga. Hair getting long, they call me a fag, nigga. Daddy wasn't around, turned me to a bad nigga. Got it from my granny, brought the jag cash, nigga. Fuck we doing? Bougie nigga ain't about the cash, I ain't going. Shoot good, I might beat your ass, niggas know it. Pull up to the crib, 3 a.m., she gon' throw it. Upstate, London pound cake, what I'm blowing. I'm really popping this shit. I hit up my rental plug, drop the top in this bitch. Don't you treat me like a scrub, I'm worth more than a brick. I ain't never about to switch, I need more than the grip, bitch. Bitch, my shit fire like a doobie, I'm the shit. I get home, I got my bitch by the coochie nigga drip. Why you think that I ain't fucking with two groupies? Yo, cause I was really on that strip smoking dookie, little bitch. I'm like, fuck the juice smack. Call me Mookie Betts, why a nigga getting checks? Foreign running, eating sushi, I ain't tryna flex. Every nigga, yeah, they hate it cause I'm on their necks. Glory to Allah, I don't give a fuck about a hex. All I do is flip it, then I make the money stretch. Pull up in some shit that leave a pussy nigga vexed. R.I.P. my nigga Nip, I need my granny in a jet.
Go ahead and hate, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Go ahead and hate that shit if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Or you can do you. You can do you too, that's also an option, my nigga, you know what I'm saying?
I blow my kush up in the air, these bitches stop and stare. Say that's my little bitch over there, I never keep it playing. She looking at me over there, trying to sex me. You just gon' have to try and be my bitch, bestie.
Had to get my Max B on here, had to get my little wave on me, you know what I'm saying? Speak to the peoples, you know what I'm saying? This is for you, for the people. You think the dark is your friend? You merely visited. I was born here. Everyone can call that sounds extra crazy.
That sucks. Yeah. How they gonna turn off my cut off? Like ain't nobody even fucking with the parking lot. Tacos LTO right there, fire. You feel me? Like,
Speaking of Downey Tacos,
tell you, man.
So, yeah, man. That was ugly.
Yep.
That was another one, another fire one right there. Shot by Juice.
I like to be controversial a lot of the times too. Like, it's just sometimes you just really want to just get some shit off, and you just be going through shit, and you just want to do it. But yeah, like I said, I put that out just real quick, couple days notice, hit everybody up that I knew that could help out. Juice came through. Juice is so solid. I'm not even gonna lie. Juice come through. He gave them Steven Spielberg vibes. Like he be yelling at dudes and like.
Sadiq was saying.
I be feeling like I gotta listen.
It was a little man crawling around on the roof.
Like lights and shit, and that nigga was everywhere.
But he gonna make sure that this shit is gonna be what it's supposed to be.
I see him up on the top, and then all of a sudden he was behind me with a camera. I was like, I thought I just saw you on a. Like literally up on literally with like 40 seconds ago, and then you see him again. He be working the whole room just.
No, he
certain
really
people,
do.
man, have a certain vision,
and that's dope.
And they vision can make your shit just go to the next level, and a lot of people can't really see it until he put that whole vision together. Into the visual. It's like you'll be sitting there shooting a video, acting out the scenes or whatever and all that. You like, damn, man, I wonder what he gonna do with this.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling.
By the time you get the final product, it's like, fuck.
I was like, yo, this shit look like a real, this shit look like Friday 3, like.
You know what's funny? Because all you see when they got the camera is them going.
Yeah.
Niggas had the drones out. Ain't no but real shit.
He like a cat with the laser and shit.
Hey, shout out to Ryan. Hey, soon. Ryan, don't even trip, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get some more in soon. You know what I mean? Like, we got some things coming. It's happening.
Oh, yeah, man, for sure. But I know you was talking about some of your experience, man, in the military.
Okay,
What branch?
I was in the Army.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I was intel. You know, so
Thank you for your service.
oh yeah, you know what I'm
We
saying.
always have to say that.
I appreciate everyone, every single one of you guys who pay taxes.
Hey, y'all get treated special
Real
as
shit.
fuck in the strip club.
Yo,
You
let's
go
not
in there
even-
with your clothes, with the fit on. Shit.
Yo, you know what? Let's not
I went
even
with the
talk
homie
about
one
this
time when he
shit.
Hey,
came
but
in
like-
town.
But I'm on it.
Yeah, I
'cause,
think I
like,
went with y'all.
If it wasn't for them,
You
I
took
was
me
there.
actually.
if it wasn't for them doing what they have to do
That's
overseas, I can't do this shit.
No, you know what?
Like on God, like so that's why I always appreciate.
That's what it was though.
like-
See, for me, I was not like some dude that was like, oh, I'm gung ho, I'm about to go up out here. Like I was trying to get away. I was dealing with life.
I appreciate them all. The
Yeah.
ones that go for the bloodshed, the ones that go.
I'ma go kill
because
some
somebody got to
motherfuckers.
spill blood for
Yeah,
the shit.
hey, but you
for
know
us
what?
to live like this, it's fucked up, but it's the truth, and
Yeah.
I respect that shit. That when niggas go, no matter what they go for, I was trying to go when I was younger, but I was like, a lot of other shit happened, but everybody in my family was on that shit.
I couldn't do the pull-ups.
I took the test. I took the I was in ROTC and everything. My dad
My
was
parents
ROTC?
wouldn't even let me play
Oh,
football in high
all
school,
right.
so I damn sure wasn't about to do
Because
You
it.
sure didn't play
I
football.
was a chubby kid, and then I didn't want to
All
do
my
PE in
homies
high
played
school.
football
So I
or
did
basketball.
the ROTC.
I mean, all that shit, and it was like,
He
yeah,
said
I don't know.
ROTC. Damn. so
I
you
didn't
got-
want to do PE.
I
so
kicked it
joined
with the ROTC kid.
and then I actually
I
liked that shit.
At lunchtime, I used to kick it in the bungalows with them niggas.
Yeah.
Bungalow. They was always next to the slow kids.
I
in the
still know how to do the
bungalow.
rifle, all the color guard shit.
Shout
I
out to
still
the
do
bungalows.
I had
Man,
yeah,
the bungalows, man, real shit. But
See, everybody don't
But
know
how-
about the bungalows. This shit Bellflower got, bro.
how was your experience? Like,
So I'm gonna make it short, but it's gonna be a little long. So it's like this: I went in. When I went in, I was like, oh, I scored just high enough to get any job.
Oh, dope.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like I want to get the job that has the longest school. Cause I felt like at the time I was like, you know what? Like I'm just a little asshole out here running around the streets. I was getting, all kind of
You
crazy
wanted to
stuff.
get educated.
Yeah, I wanted.
get
Yeah.
something out of it.
So I did that. Did the school. You know what I mean? Like got through that. It was like a year
What
long.
was the title?
It was a intelligence systems maintainer.
Goddamn.
35.
Sound like a
important.
CIA.
That should sound important. And
35
scary.
Tango. I had a top secret.
I'll do anything to get that information.
top secret clearance, all that.
Don't make me.
You know, it was cool.
You
know what I
vanish
mean?
niggas
They teach
for the info.
it was like they teach you stuff about like how to link up satellites and like everything, like anything that got a schematic, I could read it. Like I could fix anything. Like I could fix this mic.
It's like a show on USA or something.
I got a mic
That's
for you,
like,
bro.
That's just how I
Oh
say.
yeah. We need some help. We
But
need
That's a
your
real
skills
skill.
right now.
Network, yeah.
That's a real
I'm
skill
happy you
that
came
will
today.
always
Yeah.
that will always be
Like I used to set
utilized
up.
or some shit.
We
you
would
know?
get like a room with nothing in. I have to get up in the walls and shit and put up like
the wiring. That's
yeah,
what
all
he
the
said.
wiring, the Cat 5 cables and everything like that. Like
I was part of a construction crew that would we would follow like the y'all dudes in.
But you did
So
that for the
everybody that put the
military.
shit in, we would just put the windows in. So after they put certain shit in, we put the other shit in.
Tony, like, thank me for my service, motherfucker.
No, I'm just saying that was just a
Thank
job.
you.
That was
I think his was on a bigger
I
scale.
said construction job. I just said construction. I was part of a
just
construction. I was part of a demolition underwater crew,
But
like with
did
Jesse
you ever
Ventura.
have to like go like overseas or anything like that to do that?
yeah, definitely. So that was like basically like it's like the garrison job. Like when you're back home and stuff, that's what I was doing. So when I deployed, at the time I was in this like special type of unit. It was an infantry division. I'm not gonna specify that one, but
Yeah, he'd have to kill all three of us. And shit.
no, it's not even that.
Yeah.
Everybody that watched the tape.
Man,
But it's like
cut
you
my
know,
live off.
in the place that I was at, it
Niggas
was
in
like
danger.
all like higher up people that were like older. So it was like everyone there was like high brass. They can get paperwork and stuff pushed through fast, but they were all kind of like kind of lazy. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have to do a lot of PT. They just let me go to the gym and stuff a lot. And at the time, they was like, "Hey, yo, Dyer." And then by the time this happened, I had like a good amount of indoctrination into like the system of being like in the army.
You know the
Yeah, so they like they
Protocol.
really, it's like they brainwashed me, and I noticed they were brainwashing me.
Is it brainwashing or programming?
It's more like this, like it's a very elitist mindset.
Is it
Like-
MK Ultra?
Like you're better than
Yeah,
You're
it's
better
like
than the rest.
they instill it into you. It's like they break you down and make you feel like shit, and then they
rebuild you.
and it's like they didn't make me feel like shit because like I already
know what
kinda,
they were doing.
I've been through life a little bit more than like a 17, 18-year-old at that time. So it's like, but I seen what they were doing, and they're like breaking people down. But then it's like, by the time you get done, and they give you all your little awards and stuff, and it makes you feel good about yourself. And then you go to your units, and then you see people that are like doing better stuff, and then you get with them. Now you're doing better stuff. Then you think back on the old you, and it's like, oh damn, like I'm way better than that. So now you feel like you the shit now. Now everybody else is a piece of shit now, So it was like, and then it's like, everyone's very big into like calling somebody below them in a sense of like aggression showing, like in the army, like a bitch.
So at what point did you have like your humbling moment?
You know, I would say, so they get you into the thing where it's like, they say it's called the thing called the pink mist, right? They're like, oh, you know what, like, they're like, oh, you know, we want to see, they make you say shit like, you want to see the pink mist. You want to go out there, get your little and the pink mist is when the blood spray and stuff.
I heard somebody say about somebody getting hit in the head with a desert eagle.
Yeah,
he
so
was like, turn that shit to a pink mist. I heard that years ago. Like, I was like, damn.
So so I got deployed and I was super gung ho with things because I felt like, oh, you know, I'm a big dude. I was lurking out a lot, and so I get deployed and I'm talking about like the first day I get down there, I'm like, because you got to go through Kuwait and then you go to Afghanistan. So I was in Kuwait for 2 weeks, and Kuwait was cool. They had like Taco Bells and shit. They had the nicest gyms I've ever seen.
And shit.
Yeah, it was there. Taco Bell.
I don't know if you can get this information. What years were you out there?
It was like 2016 to 2017. Like, so it was like
That's not too long ago.
Nah.
Yeah, you know, like, and it was crazy. Like, you can go get milkshakes and pizzas and stuff, like, and have the nicest gyms. Every fight that come everywhere. The DFAC was fire. You can go get food anytime you want it. But then you get to Afghanistan.
You talking about the bases, right? You're not talking about the okay.
Like, because Kuwait is already kind of built up and Americanized, But you get to Afghanistan, and it's different. Like, you can, like, there ain't no running water.
You're savage.
There ain't no like running like toilet stuff. So like they be having like, or like they basically, you gotta like
call that a third world.
You know, like you gotta go do your business in a bucket or something like that, and you just throw it into like a big ditch that someone throw or dig out, you know, and then somebody gotta set it on fire and stir it around.
Hey, the homie was in the army. He was that nigga. He was that nigga. And he told me it's the homie that was just rapping.
Tony, like, he different.
The one that just was on the song I played, the homie Mind Bender. He told me a story, and he was like, nigga, and they made me, he was like, because there was something else that happened, he had, I guess, was talking back or said some shit, and they put him on that. And he was like, he said, man, I had to stir that shit, set that shit on fire. He was like, and he said, nigga was talking shit, don't throw up, boy. He said he was just like, literally just burning shit. Like, I was like, so that's crazy, like, to hear somebody else.
Yeah.
I've never heard that since he told me that shit.
And it was like the real humbling moment was like, I get to Afghanistan, and things are different. Like, no running water, so it's like, you got to drink water bottles. So like getting like a thing of water bottles, like you just, that's everything. Sometimes you got to take a shower with that shit. And so there's that, right? And then I was attached to a special forces unit because they didn't have my job and my job was new. So they were like, oh, we need you real quick. So I started working on like radios and this thing. I can't talk about this thing I was working on, but I was working on this thing and it helps people not have things blow up in them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, it was cool. It was a lot of things, but it was like, you know, you're going out on missions and stuff, and you know, you're coming down on things, and you know, you're in this little plane, like, because sometimes you got to go to outstations that's like small. You're in this little plane, and as you're coming down, you're just hearing like toot 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 toot. It's like these dudes are shooting at us as we trying to land. They got to come send out a convoy of these special forces dudes. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to the special forces dude, because like, they is the coolest dudes I ever seen in my life. Like I ever seen in my life. Like, they come out, they do their business. Like, they was protecting me. They was showing me the ropes. They got real Call of Duty guns. That shit is real life. Like, I seen dudes in real life using
heavy shit.
Dudes, you know what I'm saying? And I can't talk about. Different. I can't go into detail about a lot of things at all, really. You know what I mean? And again, like, even the things.
Get the
picture. Then let's get your opinion on some things.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
so,
that was humbling. It was scary because, like, every day, like, they be trying to.
But one thing you said before you asked him, Cam, it was what he said about how they just kind of like make you feel like either you ain't shit. But that's one thing. My stepdad was in the Navy. My dad was in the Army. My grandpa was in the Army. My uncle was a sniper. It was like, so most of my family was military.
Yeah.
But one thing my stepdad told me, and like, it was just like me and my mom used to kind of get into it, but I never was like argue with my mom like kid. So, but it was just, and he told me one day, he was
I
like,
was never arguing
I never
with
was
my
that like,
mom.
I was in there, I wasn't, I just like took the
Never.
shit.
I don't really
That's why I
now.
kind of don't take
had the
shit
best
now,
of
like
best
when people
arguments
kind of
with my
like,
mom.
because I
Oh,
just
no, I used to
kinda
get punched in
Never
my
out the
chest by
blue.
my mama because
no,
I used to talk shit.
yeah, I
bro.
wasn't, and then I just wasn't.
boom,
I was getting that period because she would just be on that. Oh, you big? You think because you big now? And so that was an automatic. But it was my stepdad told me once. He was like, you would go really far in just in the military.
You would.
Because he was like he was like all the shit you would hear, it just would go in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
He was like, I see how you process shit, and you just like it don't bother you, and you just so he was like in the military, that's how you get further. Just kind of don't. It ain't about just going at it with
Let it
everybody,
roll off your back
and just keep doing your shit. And then he was like, so just think of it. He wasn't trying
So
to press me
basically,
to
you can't
join.
be sensitive.
Honestly,
Yeah, you gotta let it roll
can't-
off your
yeah,
shoulders.
That shit
yeah.
not working for me.
So that's what when I heard you say that was some real shit.
Because they tell me, they be like, hey, we need someone to sweep. I be like, in my head, I think like, okay, so I'm an E4 right now. Regardless of what I do, is whether I fix these computers
You
and
gonna get the
stuff,
same check.
I'm gonna get that same check, and it's like, of course I'm gonna go sweep. The hell, like I'm gonna sweep. I'm gonna think
That's
of,
an
I'm gonna think
easier
of
job.
song ideas in my head when I'm sweeping. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sweep once and be like, nah, let me do it again. You feel me? Like, because it's just like you just gotta let it go. Like, and this is the main thing. At least I can give any advice if anyone's thinking about it. You gotta have a plan to get out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You gotta know what you're doing when you're done.
if you don't have the dude told me, he's like, if you don't have a plan to get out, you'll always stay in, because they make it easy. They make it easy for you to stay in, and it's a great
They
job.
want you to stay in.
It's a great job if you like that. There's people who literally love that shit. Like literally wake up at 4:30 in the morning and come to the formation.
Ready.
Like it's like do push-ups, bro.
It's like a charge.
But yeah, you know what I mean. Like it was definitely the military man me up. You know, being raised by just the moms and stuff. So I learned a lot, like how to drive stick and stuff. And you know, being deployed was very humbling because it showed me like there's really people out here. Like I've done what I had to do, but there's people who did do things more than what I had to do, and like that's like their job. Like that's their profession. Like they spend 3 hours a day cleaning their guns and this and that. And it's like. Them dudes, those scary dudes. I'd be like, yo, like
That's the people I was saying, like, thank you,
Career dudes.
Thank you going over there, and you gotta
You're a
spell
lifer.
that. You gotta
Yeah.
spell. They spelling the blood and getting their
Hey,
shit
shit, even
spilled.
when- but listen, even when
just
they-
so we can be here.
Even
And
when they done what they tour, they come back and make a business out of it and still go back out there and
I
start
remember
doing
back in
shit.
the day, it was like that. Like,
yeah.
it was like motherfucker whole platoon to go out, and it's like, all right, well, you still got to go to the next location. You feel me? And it's like, all right, the war's still going on. It's like you need it over here now. It's like you done made it out of this one, but now you got to go join somebody else's crew over here now. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I was done after that deployment. I was gonna do an extra 4 years, but I was like, after that, I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna get out.
Being deployed and shit like that, you ever seen any like y'all ever capture anybody like keeping prisoner or something?
I've never seen nobody captured specifically and taken anywhere, stuff like that. But I was Special Forces. That's more like a Delta Force Ranger type of thing. You know what I mean? Like Special Forces kind of go in there, get another army, teach them how to like take care of their own country and fight like say like the Taliban or something. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like and going on missions with them to like help do stuff and protect people and things like that. Like they loved Americans out there. Like they loved us. I
So
swear
in
to
other
you.
countries, you say like they love America.
Have you heard of something called Raytheon or Raytheon? So
Yeah, I used to work with a lot of people out
they
there.
hires like
Hell yeah.
ex-forces hire. It's like a company. Somebody's someone
Yep,
compensated.
contract company. They're good.
Oh, they in the
They
live
say-
shouting them out.
Yeah, they was like
Okay.
Raytheon.
They giving
hires
us some
ex-forces
recommendations.
for contracts.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
like,
shit crazy.
Yep.
Like,
I
we
work
were
with a
like,
few
let's do
people
it
out
'cause
there.
it's like that's like okay.
Yeah, good people.
Shout out to homie Joe Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
sir.
All right, look, we getting kind of low, right? So I want to get into another video before we get out of here. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk a little bit more. But we're gonna play another video. So this next one that we was looking at was let's go with Knife in My Back.
Okay.
And I like that video specifically because I was in that video. I was playing a little role.
Feel like I got a
in that
cameo. I
video.
got a
Cameo now, you know what I'm saying?
I was in White Men Can't Jump in the background.
Once
thing,
again,
man. I
I
shot
give
the
you
three.
background.
I
You
missed,
You can give them the background on the video.
I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
How
I'm
it
in
came together.
it.
Give some shout outs too.
Yeah. Okay, so before we play this, go ahead and let them know
Okay, so
how this came together.
this is actually I'm featured on this song. This is my bro Gutta. We grew up together, played Pop Warner football for Bellflower Broncos. Shout out to Bellflower. And you know, it was just he he had a hair up his ass to get a video done for some fire he made, you know, and you know, went to the studio and got that done, and you know, like he got the homies involved, and my man's over here to my left, you know what I mean, Big Dog, he's in the video, and you know, it's a story about, you know, I guess you just have to watch it. It's a story though, you know.
Let's get into it. Here we go.
Knife in my back for my friend. Knife in my back for my kin. I never trust him again. I never trust him again. Knife in my back for my friend. Knife in my back for my kin. I never trust him again. I never trust him again. I kept it G when bitches around was switching up. I got a dream, I ain't giving up. Bet that I die in a Billy truck. Bet that she mad if I'm hitting her. Now you little boys cannot get with her. I hit a lick and we live it up. Talking my shit while I'm flipping her. Talking my shit when the Billy tucked. You cannot sit with us. Only in God do I really trust. Ask who them niggas, it's really us. Come with the shit if it's serious. Fresh out the brick, feeling limitless. Feeling the love and the benefits. Hold up, Lil' Joe, where my stimulus. Hold up, Lil' Ho, is you with this? Bitch, I'm a thot, come and give me it. Circle the block till we rid of him. Don't come to LA on no silly shit. Don't come to LA on no flexing. Don't be on my phone with the texting. You better be with the extras. When you wake up tomorrow, cook breakfast, little bitch. Knife in my back for my friend. Knife in my back for my kin. I never trust him again. I never trust him again. Knife in my back for my friend. Knife in my back for my kin. I never trust him again. I never trust him again.
Pull up in the ghost. Yeah, I do the most. No, I don't get tired. Wait, LeBron in the post. See the fear on their faces. I just threw up a toast. I've been stabbed in the back so many times. Niggas think I'm a ghost. Wait, I'm like, pull up low key. Make 2 laps around the spot. We like 4 deep. Can't nobody had a drop. We play 4 keeps. Case somebody trying to pop. Fuck going to jail. This shit ending on the spot. If that bad right, you know I fucked up the scene. Fuck them sad nights. If you try to follow me, all my money clean. 80 pussies out of me. All these shooters out snitching. Give a fuck about.
Knife in my back for my friend. Knife in my back. Knife in my back for my friend. Knife in my back. Knife in my back for my friend.
Look, he's like, oh man, the Ruger pistol stopped working.
Jammed up on it.
Them niggas had beams either way.
Shout out to the bros, man. Dars, my nigga Cam. Yo, man, shit, Young was up in there. Shout out to my nigga Young, Big Dog Young.
Shout out Young LA, that's the homie.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, and shout out again to Juicy, man. Big Juice World.
Yeah, man, I like that video. You know, I was able to get my little acting skills on in that motherfucker. You know, play my little role, even though y'all was about to light me up at the end.
He was like, I played that to the T.
Yeah,
I did
see that.
You know,
Y'all see it?
It's cinematic though. You know?
Yeah, we do everything. We
cinematic
acting,
shit.
we do voiceovers, we do all that.
Hey, yeah, shout out to Tony doing the voiceovers.
Hey, I was doing a show the other night, and like this old white couple in the crowd was like, "Your voice, you could do like voiceovers." I was like, "I do."
Would you like to purchase one?
I hit him with the shit. They were like, I started doing the movie shit. I was just naming motherfuckers this summer. Samuel L. Jackson.
Do movie phone, Tony.
For this summer's hottest movie, press 1. For yesterday's schedule, please hold.
My mama really used to call
This
that
summer, DJ Punch, Coolazzcam,
crazy.
Jamie Foxx.
It's handicap accessible.
That's some throwback.
Hey, did y'all see that
Cool
new Jamie Foxx shit?
That shit was fire.
I was
That
cleaning the house watching that
shit
shit,
is
but
sick.
I wasn't really
It's
like,
funny?
paying attention.
Yeah.
Where's it on? I never
It's
seen
on,
it.
it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's the #1 movie on Netflix right now.
Lighter.
I'm gonna watch that today.
That shit is sick
Is
though.
Jamie Snoop Dogg in that motherfucker?
Yeah.
I see Snoop Dogg in
And
that
James
motherfucker.
Franco brother, Jamie, what is it?
He's funny as fuck.
Yeah, he's funny in it. He's always in all this shit.
He's funny in everything.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but it's Frank, something Franco.
That's crazy when you just know this James Franco brother.
Yeah, because he looked just like him.
Yeah, we need
And
to
then
give
I
him
seen
a
him, I
little
was like,
more
is that
credit.
Franco?
We gotta
Franco?
like, I'm
That
gonna
don't
tag
sound
his
right.
name in this motherfucker as we say that shit.
That don't sound right. John Franco, nah.
At John Franco's brother.
Steve Franco.
Steve
Hey,
Franco.
I don't know why, but
Why does it sound like that
I
shit?
always get back to
Sound like
James
a car
Franco, and I'm like,
salesman.
oh wait, no, that's the brother.
Yeah.
That's the brother.
That nigga Steve Franco sound like a car salesman, nigga. I bought a new Buick from Steve Franco.
It's like a Italian Steve Francis.
Yes. Steve Franco on the Spurs with Ginobili. That's up there.
Crazy.
It's working. Just
Crazy work.
I've been watching what's that movie with John Cena, or that show with John Cena where he's a superhero?
Oh, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. I've been watching
I've seen like the first episode. I gotta watch it all.
John Cena.
Wow, that shit hard.
I gotta watch it all.
John Cena.
He a pretty funny actor. What's that movie he got with Lil Rel?
I ain't seen that.
You ain't seen that shit?
Movie with Lil Rel.
Last movie I saw was
That shit was funny as fuck.
Superhero Pets or some
It's on,
shit.
like,
That was the
Hulu.
last shit I saw.
Last one I saw him in was the Suicide Squad.
I think it's called a Getaway, or it's him. It's like they a couple, him and Lil Rel, like, and his wife. See, they were bumping him at a hotel lobby, and his girl, and then they just kind of keep following John Cena and his girl, keep following them around, just like being extra turn. And the shit is just fun. They become best friends and shit. This shit is like hilarious.
Bro, the last movie I watched was Secret Headquarters with Owen Wilson.
I never seen that.
I ain't seen that.
It's Owen Wilson.
Oh, I seen that.
And he's like a superhero, and his fucking son have all his friends over at the fucking house. Like, he do some little 42 fake shit while his dad go out to go say the word. He don't know, though. He don't know that his dad is the fucking superhero.
Oh,
but he's
shit.
the biggest fan of this fucking superhero.
Wow.
So he invite his friends over to the house, and they like unlock the
Remind me of
cage.
Jingle All the Way.
Bruh. This is dope as fuck, right? It's funny, but it's like, it's more like the kid side, you know. It ain't like some extra out shit.
Yeah.
It's where motherfuckers be looking for the gory.
Yeah, some shit can
But
just
it's
be
like a
funny and
great
entertaining.
fucking storyline for a
some
movie,
movies should
you
just
know.
be good. Like, it ain't got to be sex, killing, nothing. It's just a good
That's
movie.
the last movie I watched. Chris, what was the last movie you saw?
You know what? I can't remember the last movie I saw, but I can remember that, like, I've been watching that show Alone
Alone?
on Netflix.
Okay.
Where
What is that about?
they basically like put these contestants like in the middle of the wilderness where they be like surrounded by just nothing, and they gotta build. They get 10 items to keep with them, and they gotta like build like cabins for themselves out of like shit that they just find in the wilderness and stuff. And it'd be crazy because like they be like going like sometimes they can't catch no fish, so they'll be out there with the firest like cabin that they made, and fire's going and everything, but they've been just eating berries and stuff like that for the last like 20 days. So
Diarrhea.
they done lost about 20% of their body weight, and then they got to go home, you know. But then there's episodes where like there's dudes where it's like a nigga kill a whole deer, or like a bison nigga kill a bison.
With what?
Like a bison? He took a bow and arrow. B, you get 10 things.
What are you about to do? Make a bison burger?
It was
You gonna make some meat.
Hey, if you a hunter, you know what to do with that shit.
No, but check this out. This was
It's just
crazy.
meat.
You know what like a Gerber tool is?
Throw a hot tomahawk at that
Gerber
bitch.
tool. Is that some baby shit?
It's like it's like those things that like got the pliers on it, and you take it out. It's got like
yeah,
other
yeah.
stuff,
Oh,
but
like
it's
a
kind of
Swiss
like
Army knife type shit?
but a bigger one.
Okay, I know
yeah.
what you mean. I know what you mean.
He completely like he killed it and then dressed it and took the skin off everything with a
So
field.
he had a blanket.
Yeah.
And but like basically a Swiss Army knife and took the skin off, cut the legs off and everything,
Yep.
and then took it back. And he actually won because he had meat and stuff, and everyone else couldn't find nothing
Niggas
but
dying.
him.
They're about to die around him and shit.
I go there just to lose
He's
weight.
standing with a big ass bison skin on him, like.
Bro, I be sitting there eating, just stuffing myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I be making salmon sometimes. I just be sitting there eating, looking at this dude starve to death. Like damn, he's starving to death right now. Like, like
What 10 things would you take with you if you gotta do that shit?
Damn,
oh
that's a
shit,
good
man.
question.
A power generator.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
How
Like,
you
A
gonna
solar,
recharge
a
it?
solar, a solar
They
power
gotta be
generator.
solar powered.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
need
Like,
a barrel of gas or something.
you feel me?
It's not
That shit only gonna last so long, though.
So
I need
it's
a whole
gonna
fucking
last long
well.
enough.
I need an oil
It's
pump.
gonna last
Like,
long enough.
A rifle. I would need a field knife, a big one, a machete. Lots of instant ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying?
people don't
Like,
think
Niggas
about
live
that.
off of raw.
And how long we supposed to be out there?
for as long as you can.
Oh, So what if,
You gotta outlast everybody.
What if the show goes so it could go like 4 months or something?
The longest contestant was like 100 days.
Damn.
Like I'm talking about, it's like you're by yourself the whole time. You just get a camera and you set up and you watch, you like play it on yourself. So like they be getting mentally messed up.
Yeah.
Like
It's like you in the
Cook the
hole.
ramen noodles on. You gonna eat them raw like that?
and I'm because the water is easy to get. You know what I mean? You're in the wilderness.
It's always gonna be water. Okay.
I'm just gonna have a pot. You know what I mean? Some ramen noodles. Cause I'm for sure never.
So do you know like what they set you up with, like the
No.
shit that you know that's always accessible?
Oh no! Like for the real contestants, these dudes wasn't able to take anything anything that could really help. So you could take like knives and stuff, but you only had 10 things. So you would need like some 550 cord, all kind of things that would actually help you do stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of them didn't even have enough. They would literally have stuff like a pocket knife is like, oh, like I'm glad I brought this here, and a piece of flint. That's one item.
Start a fire.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it was like they was really outside. I would never do that.
I would definitely have to take a generator though. That's
Yeah, the solar generator is gonna make
the
the
Jenny.
difference. You ain't gonna be able to recharge that motherfucker. You can't plug it in. You ain't gonna have no gas.
That's true.
You know, it's
I
like,
mean, the gas is.
They put you in
give me
cloudy
an
ass
option-
Serbia, I'll be hot.
If you give me an option to take anything, I can, and it's like
you only
gas.
gonna have so much gas.
But that's
though.
the thing. If I'm mentally equipped to like, I can conserve.
Tony, like I want a truck.
I'm only gonna run a
if I know-
generator.
I
and
want
say-
exactly. If I know
I want
I'm
a
not-
generator.
I
I
can go a day
want a
without this
tanker
motherfucker on.
full of gas.
I can go
Yeah.
a day and a half without this motherfucker on and just mentally do other shit
Yeah.
and in the dark or whatever when it's like trying to go to sleep. It's just certain ways you survive.
I want an
certain shit.
AC
like you
unit.
adapt to. So I don't have to have it on 20. It's just that's why it's an option of where I do when I need it on.
Bug spray.
I got it there. Like I can have lights lit.
No, that shit's
so when
trash.
it's like I would do some certain shit and be out there, nigga.
Like I admire them, but that shit is completely trash. We have sidewalks
How much
now.
do they win?
He said we had
Like
some.
100,000.
Oh yeah, I thought it
But-
was like,
but imagine
they was
if-
giving 100,000 on like Survivor back
But
in the day,
imagine
and
if
that was like
you-
sound like the same shit. damn
Imagine
near.
if you really the type of person who'd be like, I just want to live in the wilderness, and they're like, because it be breaking. These motherfuckers get broke out there. Like they be like, oh, like
Physically and
they be like,
mentally.
I'm a whatever whateverologist, and I've been studying and living like this in my backyard and stuff
10
for,
days later,
for
broke.
10 years, and it's like
He said 10 days
20 days
later.
in, she's like
She's shaking
I've
and shit.
eaten nothing but kaniki berries for the last 20 days.
I've lost taste in my kneecaps.
I can see my ribs right now. But I think I can hold strong. And it's like an hour later. She's like, I gotta make the call.
Tag, I'm out.
She's like, I keep hearing footsteps through the wilderness.
They be crying. They be crying.
Dude, it is actual animals, so they.
Oh no, the bears be out there.
Oh,
For real, the bears and shit be out there. Cougars and stuff, and they be having. Look at real shit. The one thing I've
that's
never.
a little different.
They
Look
say
at-
as long as you got fire, they're not fucking with you.
Now look
in
at
the
white
sleep.
people. I just want to say white people and bears. Like, cause I've never seen anyone else other do this. Like, they see the bears and they be like, hey, get away from me! I'm not your food. And it's like, bro, like he can't understand you. Number one. But it's like the fact that you feel like you could just be a bit and be like,
You're like you scared a bear off.
But what if that's like your natural adrenaline? Like, what if you came face
That's
to
what they've
face?
told
You know,
me
what would be
to
the
do.
funniest shit if you ever came face to face with a bear and you caught yourself doing that shit. Hey, I'm not food. It's like, damn, man, that shit got me.
no, absolutely not.
What
I
if
would
it's
never.
adrenaline, bro? You don't even know.
They used to tell people curl up in a ball.
I don't even go to Big Bear
used to
Pack.
say-
And cover your vital
They
points
just,
or whatever.
No, they just say be like.
I'm gonna have an air horn or something. Like I can understand someone be like, "Brr," and he getting scared. I don't understand that someone
Motherfucker
actually
don't-
He
think.
gonna
Like
think it's
roar.
a DJ in that
Yeah,
bitch. She about to be.
Because what if you're talking to an alpha bear and he's like, "Bro, I just killed 6 bears this winter.
He's like,
You trying to scare me,
It's
bro?"
a challenge.
Like,
Some animals.
What if you
are-
kill 7?
Like, that's
Now
crazy.
we running phase
So
for the
now it's
territory.
like he like this the other alpha in the woods and shit. He want to.
I don't think I got it in me to be like the
Yeah,
Revenant.
Fuck that.
Hey, that
Hell
was a
no.
crazy.
I'm dying right
Yeah.
there.
Hell no, I'm getting somewhere between
climbing
some
that shit.
rocks. You ain't getting to me. Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That shit is that kind of changed the shit now that I know it's animals and weird shit out there. I thought it was just like you and like
It's like Jamie
Hey,
Foxx.
hey, bro, I saw a video this morning on one of them fucking Instagram pages where somebody had like raccoons living under their fucking deck. Like,
Ooh, that's
you
kinda
walk out
nice.
onto your deck and this is a gang of raccoons sticking their hands out and they feeding these motherfuckers. I'm
I
like,
don't
well, that's why they
raccoons.
staying.
I don't
They
like
not
raccoons
leaving.
because they got people hands.
yeah, I wish
They
we could have them
reaching
as
up with
pets.
people
That
hands,
shit
bro,
just-
to grab the food
Nah,
off the
I'm
deck.
good,
I'm
B.
like,
I would have my raccoon serve sacks for me, like.
It'd be like,
you think I'm finna arrest no raccoon?
Hey,
they like handing
here's
it
the
over.
weed.
Hey, you think
Take
the
the
raccoon
money.
gonna bring the money back?
Hell yeah.
They
Hey,
smart.
got the
you
food.
gotta keep slapping
I think they said
the
they're
raccoons. Like, I said, money first, bitch.
I got the peanut butter on deck. Like,
smartest animals, or like
they're pretty smart.
For whatever class they're in. They're like the smartest or second smartest animals. And you see how they like wash their hands before they eat and shit. Like when it's like they would like come and go to like, can you see them?
Damn, I did not know that.
I
did not know that.
I was seeing them like if you have like a
Crazy with
pool, I've seen them like come down and like they'll have like shit, even though they go through the trash. But I think that's probably why maybe they hands.
The most
like,
I remember
they'll put
is
their
the
hands
Hostess
in the water and be
commercial
doing
with
that
the
shit with
raccoon.
their hands.
it was like, why you didn't just leave this on top?
Yeah, like some niggas be deep in the trash cans, like 15 deep.
Shout out to the
Look,
raccoons.
man, we about to get out of here. I want to give everybody a chance. We're gonna go around the table. Tell everybody where they can find y'all at and what y'all got coming up, things like that. And also, we got one more video we gonna play on the way out. So that last video we gonna drop is gonna be before I fuck it up. It's gonna be My Life Is Crazy.
Before I fuck it up.
Yeah, life is crazy.
I'm gonna give you the last outro so you can also bring in the video.
Okay, well.
All right. So, Punch.
Oh, you want me to go first? Oh, yeah.
You go first.
Oh, I go by the name of DJ Punch. You can follow me at I am DJ Punch. Make sure you follow the podcast hosted by myself and Coolazzcam at the FMAT Podcast. Look for that on Innovative Culture's YouTube, youtube.com/Innovative Culture. Make sure you follow the podcast at the FMAT Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the host Shabam Boo, baby.
This is me, Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. I'll follow you back. Follow the backup page, Tony Grams Comedy. Check me out. Tonight I'll be at the Comedy Chateau. Be at across the street at the High for the Teddy Ray tribute. Shout out R.I.P. to Teddy Ray. Homie passed away like earlier or last week. So I'm gonna be over there, but that's what tonight. I'll be at the Crow's Nest every Wednesday now. That's like something we doing weekly, and I got a lot of other stuff coming up. So just tap in.
Yeah, this is Chris Knight. Find me on Instagram at the Loveless Corporation. I feel all y'all are beautiful and smart, so I don't feel like I gotta spell it for y'all. Spell it like I was supposed to, one word. YouTube, Google me, KHRS. Space night, like nighttime. So yeah, we're gonna roll out to this last video, and this is the one that kind of like started things off, and you know, it's called My Life Is Crazy. Shot by my man 7 Shooter. Shout out to him at 7 Shooter. He's a man too. All right, here we go.
Get into it, y'all.
Yo, yeah, can you turn the beat up? You know, I like my shit loud. And can you turn my voice down? Yo. I'm about to try and get this one take. Chasing after checks while I'm fighting for my respect. Got money up on my mind while I'm digging myself in debt. Fuck what these niggas saying, no, I ain't the one to check. We slowly killing ourselves, what the fuck did you expect? I'm long gone, I done work myself to the bone. How I'm supposed to know how to love when I'm all alone? Danger to the establishment, I'm Paula Jones. Dog, if they don't hear I'm calling their names, then walk alone. How I'm staying real when these niggas is silicone. How you playing with the haram and you not a tone? How the fuck I'm dropping these bombs while getting blowed and keeping all in my heart and never losing my soul. The stars is flame lit, I'm hearing voices and shit. They telling me to go take a dip in the river Styx. They telling me the secrets make most of you niggas trip. And all my bitch try and do is trip. Real shit, my life is crazy. I'm glad I ain't got no baby. I never wish someone would save me, cause God in hard times made me. A couple niggas think I'm shady. Been having problems with my lady. That's why I'm always getting faded. That's why my mindset jaded. When I be going through it, nobody be checking in. How come every time I be hurting, I turn to sin? Why do we think that selling our souls will make us win? It's like I go out on a limb when these niggas play me again. So fuck love, no handshakes and fuck hugs. Need a favor, middle finger like a butt plug. Treat you all the same unless you my love bug. Make sure I take all of my antidepressant drugs. If that's love, then I ain't trying to see hate, cause I can't even give an inch. Let's never bend until we break. No parachute, let's fall in love.
Let's learn to fly, it could be great. But if we fall and hit the ground, I pray our love Allah will take. Wait, whoa,
Innovative.